Welcome to season 15, week 4 of Blood, Sweat, and Beers. Let's play some football and drink some beers. This is so fuzzy. I wish it wasn't. Oh, there it is. It's even better. Woo! Drink some beers and play football. Hey, welcome to week 4 wrap up. I'm the substitute commissioner filling in this week and just thought I'd do a very brief wrap up. So, first of all, I'm coming to you live, as you can tell, from the third saddest place in Ohio, Paul Brown Stadium. The second saddest place in Ohio, as most people are probably guessing, is the factory of sadness itself, the mistake on the lake, Cleveland. And the number one saddest place in Ohio today, well, that's anywhere that Mother Wilmot is, because she can barely look at anyone. The shame, so strong. The regret of having Don Chris at all. Oh, it's so bad because I can't believe that man lost to Keith this week. He did not keep the streak alive. He brought shame upon his family. Shame, like I said, on his mother, the poor woman. She can't go outside. She can't face the neighbors. Hold on just a second. I'm getting a report. Go ahead, Arizona. Okay. Thank you. Oh, okay. Yes, I'll make sure I comment on that. Thank you. So I've received a live breaking report from Arizona. I have actually come to find out that Don Chris can't even walk around in his own home because Mother Wilmot is actually in that home. The shame, the burden, the guilt, everything that this poor woman is carrying right now, she can't even look him in the eye. Oh my goodness. Oh, by the way, I found out that he's now disowned and number one son is Joey. So good job, Joey. You're number one again, even though you're number two. There you go. So it was a pretty interesting week in the NFL this week. There were a lot of weird blowout games. Both teams in Ohio, as I mentioned, brought sadness and shame to the state. Cleveland got blown out, only scored 3 points to Baltimore. The Bengals got blown out, only scored 3 points to Tennessee. Sounds like a theme. I guess we're all rooting for the Buckeyes this weekend. They did a pretty good job last weekend, coming back from the dead 2 weeks ago. But in fantasy, this translated to some outrageous numbers. I know that I personally lost to H2. It didn't matter what I did this week. There was no possible way for me to exchange players and beat him. So that's always encouraging. Alex Billy, I lost to Aaron Badonka Chunk. Ian, oh, he did not do well in the battle of the other brothers. Oh, Seth Mike just destroyed him en route to one of the top scores this league's ever had. We saw some confusion with that this week. Adam has Portugal brain, doesn't know what end is up. He's like, oh, I'm off, gallivanting for Jesus. So hanging out in Portugal. And he didn't really know what was up, but he finally came through in the end, gave us some nice little research on which teams had scored more than 200 points. I'm glad at least I'm one of them. We see that Joey, speaking of the commish, really phoned it in this week. Did not compete with the commish very well at all. So while he's his mother's favorite son for the time being, he's also a loser in this league. And we talked about Don Chris and his humiliating loss to Keith. I mean, I just can't stress enough how humiliating it was. I cried a little bit today. Yesterday, cried a little bit. I thought, We're going to keep the streak alive. Next week, we'll see what happens. Can we get back on track? Can we focus? Can we make the most? Can we execute a little better? That's what I'm hoping for. So I won't take up a ton of your time. I hope you enjoyed this little recap. I did want to point out that we have some interesting rookie quarterbacks in the league this year. Please keep your eyes open. Who's playing good, who's playing bad, who is the next Tua, Joey. Well, I mean, not the Joey that's playing this year with one leg. I mean, the normal Joey that takes us to the Super Bowl or to the brink of the Super Bowl. And who's that other guy? Oh yeah, you remember him, Ryan Leaf? Yeah. Who's the next Ryan Leaf? I don't know. They either go one way or the other. So anyway, have a great week. Sorry for the short wrap up, but I am a little pressed for time this week. I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful week. And I hope you all lose to me for the rest of the season. Do-do-do, 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 do-do-do. Let's play some football.